hacking group called Global Leaks has obtained emails sent from the United Arab Emirates ambassador's Hotmail account to addresses in the US. They appear to show communications from the Emirati embassy in Washington, D.C., showing collaboration with journalists who write articles accusing Qatar and Kuwait of supporting terrorism. The group says it acquired the emails from the inbox of Ambassador Yusuf al-Otaiba. Well, for more of this, I'm joined via Skype by David Hearst, who's the editor-in-chief of Middle East Eye. David, a very warm welcome to the programme. What do these emails say?
Well, they're very embarrassing. I'm very surprised that a man as important as Yusuf al-Otaiba is still using Hotmail. And they do appear to be genuine. What they uncover, and I think there'll be much more out of this in the next few weeks, is a whole network, a very big operation by the United Emirates to buy influence in Washington with some very, very influential people. And these emails show sort of direct contact between Mohammed bin Zayed and his ambassador, and a right-wing think tank, which is very closely connected to Israel, and also to a whole host of a network of journalists. So what it shows is that what happened to Qatar recently wasn't just a one-off. There were something like 14 different op-eds in US newspapers before that happened. These leaks show that this was all organised and an awful lot of effort was put into this.
And David, these articles appearing in the US painting Qatar or Kuwait or both as a force for, I don't know, regional destabilisation. Why and who benefits from this? Well,
broadly, who benefits from this are those Gulf states that are still fighting or still think they're fighting the Arab Spring and or Islamists and or the Muslim Brotherhood. I mean, the Muslim Brotherhood is very much a shattered organization at the moment. But these guys still think they're the main enemy. And obviously, there are other states like Qatar and Turkey that don't. And basically, for a whole bunch of reasons, also internal reasons as well, they think they need to finish off what was started when Mohammed Morsi was toppled in June 2013. So basically, these states are, I'm talking about Saudi Arabia or the ruling clique in Saudi Arabia and the Emirates, and also partially Jordan. Israel is involved in this as well on the sidelines. Basically want to stamp out all political opposition in the Arab world. And they see, hence, the really exaggerated and hysterical claims made against Qatar, that it was funding ISIS, that it was contributing to regional destabilization, as you said, that it had some sort of secret pact with Iran, all wildly inflated and all quite hysterical. But it had a purpose, and the purpose was to shut Qatar up and to distance itself from organizations like yourselves, like Al Jazeera. So I think this is part of a media offensive. What we're seeing now, we don't know who's responsible for these leaks, is sort of counter salvo. All of this is done through the media at the moment, but it could also involve other things as well. I mean, let's just remind viewers that the latest claim against Qatar was a threat to topple the emir. There was actually, and this wasn't done anonymously. It was actually done overtly by one of the main representatives of Saudi Arabia in an organization in the US, basically saying that the emir should be aware of what he's saying and doing, and should look to what happened to Mohammed Morsi. That level. And there have been previous spats before between Gulf states, but that sort of level of threat is unprecedented.
David Hearst there joining me on Skype. David, thanks.
Thank you.
Now, 20 people have been killed in a series of explosions.